And two things are in my mind. So my knowledge of that Ayurveda is not great, but I think we still need there. One is yoga, the other is the spices. So what's your opinion about that?
Yes, he's asking about relevance of yoga and spices for diabetes. First, relative to the spices. The key and the foundation of health is Agni, Jataragni. Simplest way to regulate the Jataragni is relative to the proper use of spices, either with the food or as special medicines, Trikatu or Ingashta and so forth. Regulating the state of Agni. Almost all diseases come from some dysfunction of the Agni, particularly the low Agni, and diabetes is also a disease of that condition. With the diabetes, so besides the spices, the bitters are also, bitter herbs are also, bitter taste is also very helpful for reducing the blood sugar, and also taking bitters for the meals, aloe, and even in the cooking, things like turmeric. There are many ways of regulating Agni and helping with diabetes through spices, also connection of diabetes with sugar, with kapha dosha. And the spices are mainly fire and air, so they counter that. Yoga diabetes, our friend H.R. Nagendra is doing this diabetes-free yatra throughout India. We addressed that with him in Bangalore somewhat. Yoga as lifestyle. First of all, the need for more movement. There's not enough physical movement. Secondly, you also have to have some psychological movement. You can't be just frozen watching something or not doing anything creative during the day. Asana helps, and pranayama is extremely helpful because through pranayama you can raise the metabolism, you can affect Agni, and you can raise energy even for people who cannot move so well, who are slow to move. So yoga is a rasayana, but yoga is also a way of balancing the doshas. And yoga can be used to create very deep harmony in the metabolism and also in the psychology. Yoga and spices are a very important way to deal with the diabetes. There are also more specific, stronger medicines in the Ayurveda. And of course, even the Panchakarma, the Snehana, it's very important to particularly reduce the kapha dosha, the excess weight, the low quality of the Meda Dhatu that goes along with that. But these are conditions, these modern, or I should say these chronic diseases in the modern context, this is where Ayurveda can offer a great deal, where the modern medicine often finds itself to be limited.
I think antioxidants play a very important role in most of the neurological disorders. And antioxidants, if thoroughly, properly investigated in herbs, many herbs I'm sure they have, and if they find the active ingredients from these herbs, they will be available everywhere. Active ingredients, you find out, identify it, not only in India, but everywhere. So in that case, people will go for the antioxidant active ingredient. As we said, proper research, proper investigation by using the modern means have to be done. And then apply this knowledge to the neurological or, of course, diabetes.
Yes, that's a very good point, but I do have a comment. The Ayurvedic treatment is always holistic and multi-level, not just taking an herb, but having dietary changes, having exercise changes, massage, use of oils. The whole all these special tailas in Ayurveda can also have very strong internal effects. So we have to look at the Ayurveda's overall model for treating the disease, not just isolate the Ayurvedic medicine involved. That is one point. Second point is Ayurveda is a question of language. Antioxidant is the new modern scientific term. In Ayurveda, we also can explain herbs that contain a certain amount of prana, herbs that are rasayanas, have this rejuvenation factor. So correlating some of these terms, we find that a lot of the rasayana type of herbs are antioxidants as well. So trying to find some correlation relative to the terminology. And it's not only the herbs, it's also how they are prepared. In Ayurveda, we prepare formulas, tailas, asavas, arishtas, gugals, which will have even other effects than what the herbs have. And in Ayurveda, it's not just a question of the active ingredients. You can extract the active ingredients, but in Ayurveda, we also consider that the combination of which there may be more than one an active ingredient that can be identified, or even in some cases, you can identify just one active ingredient, understanding the power of the herb as a whole. But this research into Ayurvedic herbs, but also Ayurvedic pharmaceutical preparations, and the Ayurvedic approach to Ayurveda's most sophisticated herbal medicine, herbal pharmaceutical formation in the world that needs to be examined. And overall, it's a very simple thing. We have to go back to herbs as our primary medicine. Because one of the things about antioxidants also carry prana, right? That's basically what makes them antioxidants, they carry prana. Drugs are not going to carry prana as effectively as herbs because they are not organic. So bringing back the herbal medicine overall is very important.
Another 2 slips here. First one is from a banker. Mr. Edwin Ward. The question is saying that is there a common platform of Ayurveda, Jyotish and Yoga where we may be in contact with?
It's interesting. Now we're getting some conferences. I remember last year there was a conference we did in Bangalore on yoga and Ayurveda, and the Vedanta, Baba Ramdev and many others came to that. So these forums are being addressed. The Jyotish, you have conferences and teachings relative to yoga and Jyotish, or even Ayurveda and Jyotish, and medical astrology. One of our colleagues, Dr. K.S. Char in Delhi, his name is Char, is also very good with the medical astrology. The Indian Council of Astrological Sciences is doing more of that. And then in terms of India, this S. Vyasa, this Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Sanstana, which is the only deemed yoga university in India in Bangalore, is doing research on all these levels, not so much with the Jyotish, but some of that too. And all these fields they teach, they have yoga and Ayurveda, yoga and physical medicine, yoga and psychological medicine, yoga and management, and also yoga and modern science. So these things are coming up. In our American Institute of Vedic Studies, we can address this online. We also address these issues. And now in America, more yoga groups have Ayurveda. And even the ashrams now have not only yoga and Ayurveda, whether it's Sri Sri or others, they have the Jyotish as well. So this model is coming out. We have written books on all these topics. I have a book called Yoga and Ayurveda. I have a book called Ayurvedic Astrology. I have books on Vedanta, books on Tantra. All these things, many other authors do, so there are resources that you can access. And often, again, the guru, or even your village or local pundit, they have a lot of these secrets that you have forgotten to ask them about.
This question comes from the organizing secretary of the seminar, Professor Kwame Gautam. He says that at present times, Ayurveda students are having more opportunities as they can practice yoga, can practice Ayurveda, can practice modern medicine. But mostly students of Ayurveda adopt an easy way of life they do practice modern medicine. Is it wrong or right for Ayurveda is present?
It's not a question of simply wrong and right. It's the question is, are you doing justice to the Ayurveda? Are you bringing out the full potential of the Ayurveda that you have learned? It may be more immediately easy to practice the allopathic aspects or the modern medical aspects of the Ayurveda. But you see, in long term, the other aspects are developing and will eventually become more important. Yoga and Ayurveda, and also the Ayurvedic therapies, Panchakarma, all these things are coming out in a major way. So have a long-term plan of how you can not only best develop your own practice, but how you can best serve the cause of Ayurveda, and also best serve the cause of humanity. In the end, our work should be, certainly we should get proper value for what we do, but for our work to be spiritually valuable, we have to bring back in this sense of karma yoga. So have the Ayurveda be the karma yoga as well. So have a longer vision, and Ayurveda will support you. Don't just simply turn Ayurveda into a simple model of prescribing this herb or that drug for one thing or another. And as time develops, I believe you will definitely see that your Ayurvedic practice will flourish and will have greater scope for growth.
One more question?
Namaste. Question is, in the speech he told that two type of study model are running. One is like Guru Shishya Parampara, and one is discussed modern Ayurveda or like BAMS. But most of the students are getting the exposure like BAMS, not like Guru Shishya Parampara. And also yesterday, sir told that there is no updatation in Samhitas and in Nadis, but off the campus some activities are running. There are some updations in Samhitas also, and some persons are working on the Nadi also. But maximum persons who are the scholars of Ayurveda or students of Ayurveda, either they have BMS, MD or PhD degrees, but they are getting the exposure of like the modern Ayurveda, as he told. So, what will be the solution or how to meet out this problem? Most of the public are getting that exposure. Please, sir.
Well, as I had mentioned Ayurveda, I remember some years ago we went to Coimbatore, Ayurveda Shala there. They had a 7.5-year traditional Ayurvedic doctor approach, but it did not give them a license to practice. Only the BAMS gave them a license to practice. So I think there should be some revival of the traditional Ayurvedic doctor training. Not as exclusive to the BAMS, but maybe as another line that people can follow. Now, relative to, it's very important that the modern Ayurvedic doctors know modern medicine, at least to some degree, as well. And it's also important that we have Ayurvedic schools that teach Ayurveda. But yet, even though you have a school, you still need to have mentor-based study, particularly at an advanced level. What happens if somebody wants to get a PhD? They usually have to have someone to mentor them in that particular process, which is still a kind of Guru Shishya Parampara. So that also needs to be maintained, particularly for the advanced study. So rather than looking at these things as necessarily exclusive, maybe we can look at them and integrate them and have them as different models. But it's very important to preserve the traditional Ayurveda, and also even to preserve some of these traditional Ayurvedic ways of making medicines and empowering or potentizing medicines. This is something that needs a lot of care and consideration.
I am Dr. Sriram Sharma. I am Associate Professor in this college. My question is, what about the acceptance of Panchakarma in worldwide, like USA and other countries? Because in Panchakarma, we have used the only herb medicine, not the metallic medicine. So what about the acceptance of, and what is the hurdle in acceptance Panchakarma worldwide?
Yes, we do now have Panchakarma centers in many countries and many cities of the world. We've also seen a big revival of Panchakarma in India. You know, the BAMS, at least years ago, didn't teach Panchakarma at all. And there's actually also Maharishi Mahesh who emphasized Panchakarma. And then a lot of the Panchakarma traditions again came out of the south. But that is spreading. We also have what is called, we call the spa-based Ayurvedic massage therapies, which is also spreading worldwide. And you have many people, tourists, who come to India for these Panchakarma spa and treatment centers, particularly in the south and Sri Lanka, but now in other places of India as well. So this is very important revival, and that continues to go on. Main hurdle in the Western world is just you need a clinic, you need some monitoring of it, you may need some doctor supervision, and you need technicians, you see. So it's a more complex procedure, but it is one that is definitely growing and will continue to grow. And we also emphasize combining some Rasayana Chikitsa with the Panchakarma, so you don't just simply stop with the Panchakarma, you continue on to that Rasayana model. And the importance of the kailams, the Ayurvedic oils, they are a treatment in themselves. And that must be emphasized. Through the skin, you can absorb the nutrients that you cannot absorb through the digestive system so well, particularly the Agni is weak. And these can be absorbed all the way into the bones and the joints and the nerves. We've done some work with the Kerala Ayurveda in South India, and now we are searching, the Abartis. Abartis are Ayurvedic kailams potentized 101 times. And you take them in small amounts, they have the ability for absorption at the cellular level. So there's also a lot of work in Ayurveda that can be done showing the efficacy of Ayurvedic Panchakarma and massage therapies and oils, which the other groups don't have. They don't have that type of oils, they don't know how to prepare them. It's mainly cosmetic, the type of massage they do. So that is also extremely important, and we're happy to see that continue to develop.
Very good time. Thank you, Dr. Frawley, and everyone else from the dais. Now, to end the session, I would request Ramaviji to conclude this session with one of our enchanting numbers.
नारायणी नमोस्ते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्व